psychic readings live. Let's have a look and see what's going on today, guys. Hope you're all doing well. I have the candle wax remains of a special love candle that I did for the collective. So I'm going to do the interpretation of the love candle, which is what I call the love boat, because as you see, it looks a bit like a boat and it looks like a heart. So I'm going to be doing that when we get a moment, and it'll be time stamped. So for those of you who want to check out the love candle remnants, the candle wax reading, you can go ahead and have a look at that once the timestamp is up. If you're in the live, welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. How are we all? Hi, Michi. Hi, Venusian. Welcome back. How is everyone? Hope everyone's doing really, really well. I did get some pre-orders. I'm glad you've been having a good time as well, Michi, and also Venusian. I'm glad you've been having a good time with the rodeo people. Yeah, the rodeo guys. Yeah, that sounds exciting. Okay, let's have a look, everyone. Let's have a look. Hi, Cicely. How are you, my dear? Welcome, welcome. It don't make sense, Cicely. Let's have a look. Megan, Venusian, you put in your super chat offline. I truly appreciate that. If you'd like to put your question in, I'm going to do you in the pre-orders. So pre-orders and super chats open. Any donations offline can be done through my website. Okay. Under the donation page. And you can also go down below and click the $ if you want to do it on YouTube directly. And once you've donated offline, just send me the message either here on the platform or on the email. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks, Amy. I'm going to get down to you. Or Amy, Cicely, I'm going to get down to you. Who's coming towards you? Okay. So we're going to do the pre-orders first. When we get a break, we're going to do the candle wax reading for those of you who just joined. And thanks also for the likes on arrival. Truly appreciate it. Now, I have some great news. I've got Nina Lynn, who is in Canada. She's amazing. She is a writer and she's a First Nations person. She lives in a fairly remote part of Canada. And I predicted for her last year that she was going to get a publishing deal for a book. And she has. And I have also given her a prediction that she's going to get a publishing deal for extended books that she's writing. And so congratulations to her. And she's written back saying, yes, my publisher has contracted me out to write several romance novels. I'll be doing a bunch in the UK when the first book is out. Production is the first novel. So I hope that she shares her handle once she gets launched. Once the book is published, it'll be published next year. I've already started the second novel. So congratulations, Nina Lynn. That's excellent. She bought a new luggage to manifest the move or manifest some sort of launch next year. And she wants to know about a certain guy that I predicted his initial, K. And he is blonde, which I predicted. And one of them has a last name J. I said J for her. JP. Okay, we've got a K. Is it possible to put a card on the guy named K? And I might also do a little bit of feng shui tips for everybody who does want to move, who can feel an imminent move popping up. And I did predict that she's going to move to a large city in Canada, and she's going to be very happy there, and go to the UK on various talks. So we're going to do, I'm sure that'll come to pass. And let's pick a card for these guys, but let's also just put a feng shui out there. So when you're doing a move, start packing boxes. So travel move is more luggage, packing boxes is more for the move, and also getting rid of unwanted things, donating, selling, doing a yard sale, packing up packing boxes you no longer need, getting rid of cars that you don't need, any machinery you don't need, anything that's lying around that you don't need, anything at all that you're not using or that you're not going to be taking with you for whatever reason. So kind of like getting rid of everything down to a nice minimalistic sort of hoard so that you can tow this stuff or send this stuff quite easily. Yeah, so getting the packing boxes out there. Another tip you can do is to put cinnamon near the doorstep. You can also, what a lot of Eastern Europe, this is an Eastern European trick, you can throw water out your door. So if you do want to go on a trip, you can throw water out your door, like a cup of water, just throw it out the door on the driveway or on the path, on the garden path. You can also put a money tree close to the door, or if it's too cold to put outside the door, you can put it outside the door or close to the doorway, the entrance to the home. What else? What else? You could do a road opener spell with Ogun, just getting the road open in general, and start thinking about how you're going to decorate your new home in your luxury apartment in the city. Would also be a good way to go. I'm also getting crystals coming to me, like hanging crystals, like not so much a crystal chandelier, but it looks like something like crystals hanging. So you might move some crystals around, do something specific with crystals, get things moving and shaking. Okay, so let's have a look for Nina Lynn about her question regarding the guy who starts with K, who she hasn't met yet. Let's have a look. All right. Okay, that one didn't want to flip down. Okay. He seems to be taking on some sort of responsibilities, or he might have some responsibilities that are holding him back in some way. You are being guided and being shown the truth about this person, okay? He could have some burdens around him or some sort of responsibilities, whether it's children, whether it's a family, whether it's jobs, whether it's something like that that's might be keeping him blocked at the moment. You seem to be keeping on top of a situation, or there's a juggling situation going on here. So I don't know if he's juggling you or juggling someone else. He seems to be very focused about work. I don't know if he's just looking at work or just looking at money, but he seems to be very focused at work. Are you ever going to meet this guy is a question. Some of these guys just chat at a distance, but they don't actually meet. I mean, you've really got to meet the person, at least do a video call if they're at a distance. Okay, is Nina Lynn going to meet this guy P? It's not showing us yet. It's not giving us a yes or a no. It depends on which way you want to go with him, I think. I'm also seeing paths of snow. So I feel like it could be around the winter when you like have snow on the driveway or the pathways, and you're kind of like drilling it out, you know, like you're shoveling it out or getting it out of there. Okay, a path clearing in the snow is what I'm seeing. A path clearing in the snow. So that could be symbolic as well. Let's pick for J just quickly. Let's just pick for J. Last name J. You're going to hear from him. He's going to be very chatty and in your inbox and chatting with you and hitting you up and messaging you. So I feel like he's on point with the messaging. So he might be quite keen. He might be lifting his keenness up. Change and purity. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's just a chatter or if he's actually going to take action. He seems like pretty fixed where he is right now. So I'm not sure if he's just a chatter or there's, you know, plans to meet. You shouldn't be chatting with guys for more than 1 or 2 conversations before there's plans to meet. Yeah. All right. And now we have, and if it's at a distance, it's got to be a video call. Yeah, you've got to see a video call if it's at a distance. Otherwise, it's not, it's not worth, you know, meeting that person unless it's really a video call. Okay. So all the best with that, Nina Lynn. Wishing you all the very best. Now we've got, there's a couple of different men I'm interested in dating. Okay, so that's you. Okay, that's done. Let me just pick a card from the Love Oracle, just to clarify this, Jay. Jason. I did get Jerome for you before, Jason. Okay, heartbreak. He's getting over something. Something like he might be still circulating around a past love. He's got somebody else, I feel, on the back burner or in his background. Yeah, he does like you, though. He's putting you on stage or on a pedestal. He might be idealizing you for no reason. He could be just chatting with you because he's putting you on a pedestal for some reason. All right, let's just double check for K. Since that I got blonde before, let's just double check for K. What's K up to? Past love as well. What are these guys with a past love? He's trying to get over his past love. That might be what's keeping him back. Or he's backwards and forwards with this person. There he is. Fair male. So he's backwards and forwards with this person. I feel like he does want a new love, but he needs to get unstuck from the past. Okay. So it's not your problem. You don't have to do anything with these guys. It's really not your problem. I'm getting an M again for you. I don't know if I got an M. So Michael. So somebody else might pop in. Okay. Now I've got a Clover. Clover, good to hear from you, Clover. Welcome back. And Venusian, if you'd like to put your question, if you haven't already. I've not read it yet, but okay. I got your question. Excellent. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that, Venusian. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Clover, good to see you, Clover. It's been a little while, not too long. For this eclipse, what is coming in love or money, and will I move or stay in Texas? Okay. Love or money, Clover. And will you stay in Texas or move? Love or money? Love or money? Love or money? Okay, Clover. Clover. If you move, it's going to be for work. Work's looking good. Picking up. I feel you're still going to be in the Midwest. So work is, I think, going to be looking better. You've got the fair male there, so I don't know who he is. Somebody might be around you at work. I don't know. You've got a lot of people here. Family. Money. Yes, you've got money here under work. So I do feel like work is going to get better, whether it's you change your job, you move out of Texas, or you stay there and work. And your work gives you more money. Let's see about moving. Let's see about moving. You'll be offered something else, but I think you might not take it straight away at least. There is a trip to, like a discovery trip, to check out something, to go somewhere else, to go at a distance. Some of you might be getting a message through somebody else's reading as well. We've also got the Emperor. There could be a man that's significant in your life. Could be a father figure, uncle, boss, somebody who's going to be helping you make a decision. Could be a guidance counselor or a therapist or something like that. Somebody in authority. Okay. Celebration. Okay, somebody's getting married or getting coupled. There's a celebration here. So I do feel, I'm getting the feeling like you might stay there for a while longer. I don't see like an imminent move very quickly. Let me double check for that. Clover moving out of Texas. Is Clover moving out of Texas? Not straight away, but I do see a move later on. I do see a move later on, but not straight away. The eclipse energies in love. Okay, let's have a look at love. Who's coming in love? Who's coming in love for Clover during the eclipse energy? What's going on for love? And happy early eclipse, everybody. It might, you know, sometimes the eclipses don't play out for, you know, into 2 years. Some astrologers say, like, it can kick out for 6 months to 2 years. Okay, work is still there. Like, that's the same card that came up before. You might meet somebody at work. Twin flame. Yeah, there could be a work element here with a love interest and a dating interest, or at least an interview or a meeting. And that way you might meet somebody. It could be a conference or something that you're getting together with a group. Could be a group meeting. There is a man involved, whether he's the emperor or the mature male. There could be some sort of work party. So I would say, or gathering, even if they say, oh, let's go for drinks on a certain night, I feel like you should go, because you might meet somebody in and around the work area. He might not even be in the work party, but he might be at the venue that you go to. So I feel like go for it. Yep, I feel like go for it. Money's going to get better. I feel like you're going to get more money in Texas potentially, or decide to move if you don't get the money that you want. Okay, just to round that off for you for clarity. Okay, now let's have a look at Venusian. Hi, Venusian. Welcome back. Hope you had a great summer. Okay, I'd like a spread for the rest of the year, starting from my birthday season, the Libra season, please, and the energy surrounding my 2-year cycle. Oh, okay, that's an interesting question. All right. What cards do you want, Venusian? I'm going to put the selenite there, the snails there, the pearl. I got a pearl. Got some beautiful slippers yesterday, pink with pearls on them. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's have a look. Doesn't matter? Okay. Let's get some feeling out of your question there. What cards to use? Energy around a 2-year cycle. I think we'll go for the tarot. Yeah, tarot. Okay. You said the tarot at the same side. At the same time I said tarot. Excellent. Let me do a good shuffle. Thanks for any announcements. Good to have you back, Venusian, with your, I know that you've got the copy and paste announcements that always come in handy. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. Venusian, birthday season. Yeah, Libra season coming up. Yeah, looking really, really good. Any energy around the 2-year cycle. Birthday season, Libra season. Let's start off with a in and out spread. Inside, outside. This is an old spread I saw in a book years ago. You wouldn't even believe the year I saw it in. It was like the 80s. Probably the 80s. Okay. Okay, there's victory here, Venusian, with a really nice man. King of Pentacles. Reminds me of one of your bull riders. Your Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody who has money. So, I feel like he's often running in a good direction. I feel like he's got a lot, I don't know, I'm getting that he's got a lot of stuff, like it's got a lot of trailers, he's got a lot of equipment for something. He might have a shed as well, like a big shed, a work shed or something like that, an arena. I'm getting the word arena. He could have livestock, definitely, or he has had in the past. I'm also getting vines, vineyards. So I'm thinking that there could be a link with him and wineries or vineyards. Okay, wineries or vineyards. Yeah, you're not talking to anyone, but that's okay. Somebody coming up. There's also European links here as well. Some link with Europe. Strong link with Europe. Okay, we've got the King of Rods. That's looking very good with another male coming in. I feel like this, even if you might not be looking for relationship or men right now, I feel like you've got a couple here coming in. So often when you're not looking, that's when they come in, or they're excited or attracted or making a move. You've got this new energy here with the King of Rods as well. I feel like he's someone new. And I feel like I'm getting the word Ben. B initial, first, second, or last name. Ben, Benji. It could be a dog as well. Somebody might have a dog called Benji or Ben, Benny. I was getting dogs before. I did actually get Freckles, who was in spirit the other day for somebody else. And Tammy ended up saying, oh my God, that's my dog. Yeah. Oh, that's your brother's name. He's an Aries. Okay, so that's... Okay, so he's going to make a suggestion and you're not going to agree with it. It's going to be off. But justice is there and money is there. So money is going to sort itself out. There is some justice coming in and money. And after that's sorted and settled, you're going to be weighing up the pros and cons about what to do next. It's almost like this chapter needs to close before you are able to make a decision. And that could be tying in with the eclipse energy, the birthday energy, and going out into your birthday season. And you're kind of recouping right now and kind of getting back to your roots. I'm sort of getting the word grassroots, getting back to your roots. And you will be making an epiphany and a judgment. Yeah, the move's in limbo. And you're going to be getting an epiphany and judgment or something. I don't feel like the right place has come up yet. I'm getting pine trees coming in around you. I got pine trees the other day for someone else, but in a different context. I'm getting pine trees, somewhere where there's pines. I don't know if you might go up to the mountains or something in Arizona or go somewhere higher. It's very pretty though. You might be offered something. There's victory here with an offer. Now, what is this offer about? I feel like it's a housing offer. It's definitely got to do with getting established and feeling secure. You're keeping on top of the situation no matter what. So even if you feel like you know, it's all very crazy and difficult. You are keeping on top of the situation and working things out. Did you do any research into the top 3 places in America that help single mothers? Because I know that there's some states where you can just walk in and get help quite, off the bat, but I don't know what states they are. And I asked GPT for you. I didn't get a straight answer, unfortunately, but I think it was because I didn't put in the right question, because I don't know the terminology. You know, in America where they have all those abbreviated terminologies like A1 and B6 and 3-4, like where do we get this and that, you know, like Section 8 and da-da-da, like where do we get all of that, like easy and effortlessly. I feel like you're going to wait a little while to get on the list, but I feel like you're going to have an epiphany. It's like, okay, that's it. Okay, the pine trees I'm seeing and the vision I'm seeing here now is bringing me towards Lake Tahoe in Nevada. Nevada's a good state in the sense of tax-free. Okay. You have to wait until they close your case and give me your port out. Ah, okay, you see this. See, that's all like foreign language to me. Like, I don't know what that means, but you know what that means. It doesn't matter. I'm getting a vision like of lakes, mountains, and beautiful trees. And I know that that area is actually really beautiful. It's quite nice. And there's casinos there. There's a lot of things going on. You've got a lot of wealthy people there. Got a lot of people going in for skiing, for holidaying, you know, having holiday homes there or living there. It may or may not be suitable for your daughter, but you can always investigate. Yeah, I would go for a state that helps single mothers and it has a program. I mean, that's your main 2 top requirements. I would keep your priorities in order and your top requirements. Like, sometimes you just got to work from the base up. And will you find something in Phoenix? I don't know, maybe, but you don't want to stay there anymore. I'm feeling Phoenix could also turn around in some capacity, but yeah, it might be too long. But you're going to see. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, the Emperor here, you're going to go to the top. You're going to go to the top. You're not going to mess around. You're in a big city. You're going to go to the top and you're going to try to sort this out. Like, you're just going to go down there and try to sort it all out. And tell them your case and everything else. And try to work it out. Yep. Try to work it out. There's a lot of options here, a lot of choices. I'm getting the word availability. They're going to push back on you and say availability. So they might say, okay, availability. So, yeah. You're dealing with difficult people. It's about learning to deal with difficult people in the best way. Gifts. Okay, you're going to get some sort of opening and surprise here. Passion. And control. Okay. Past love. No, you don't want any past loves back. Destiny. There could be somebody slightly controlling trying to come back in, but there could be a passionate fling here. Somebody exciting. Passionate fling. You might just distract yourself and have passionate fling. Okay, Venetian. In the end, you are going to have independence here, stand on your own 2 feet. You're going to be in a new contract. You're going to be in a new contract. Okay, let's ask about housing. What do we need to know for Venusian about housing? You know, I asked the audience, you know, where are the best 3 states in America that you can get help and have assistance and housing if you're a single mother? Like, put the comments in the comments. Yeah, because I have no idea. Okay, stability and security with the anchor. So that's what we need. Yeah, that's what we need. We need a stable environment. Otherwise, it's survival mode and making, you know, all sorts of, you know, emotionally based decisions and feeling desperate. You don't want to be in a desperate situation. You want to get stability there. And when you have stability, you are more discerning about every other decision you do, whether it's accepting a lover, accepting a boyfriend, accepting a fiance, accepting a job. You're not going to go for, you know, nasty jobs. You're not going to go for nasty men. You know, you're going to keep your guard up in a lot of ways. And I can't say that strongly enough. It just turns things around. When you're stable and secure, it turns things around. You're much less compromising. Resourcefulness. You are very resourceful, Venusian, and the bear strength. So you have more strength than you think. Cunning and stealth. You are going to do this, having to do this in a cunning and calculated way. There's nothing wrong with being calculated. I mean, look at all the people in business and in politics. That's what they do every day, you know. So you're going to have to, I feel cut corners is coming up. There's going to be some corners here that you're going to cut. You're going to get jealousy and gossip. Don't tell anyone what you're doing. You're going to overcome the challenge with the mountain. And there's action definitely there. So there is a move and action. And it's definitely there. I'm seeing something again like I saw a few years ago. It might not have even happened, like in that Tucson property with the 3 arches. You might not have got, you know, arrived there yet. There's also a lot of those in California, in any of the warm states. 3 arches, but that could be symbolic of just something really beautiful happening. Yep. So we don't know where that is exactly, but it might make sense to you. It could be also there's a lot of arches and pillars and things like that on county halls, county houses, courthouses, things in some places. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Venusian. Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks, Gracie Grace. You're welcome to put a donation of $5 or more below. Hi, Mystique. How are you, my love? Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, now we're doing the super chats in the chat today. We're starting at the top, moving down. We're starting with It Don't Make Sense, Cicely. Who is coming towards me? Good question. Hi, TP. How are you? I did see you. How are you? Thanks for the likes on arrival, everyone. Truly appreciate it. And what's going on with all these AI videos? It's going to be the videos of the future as AI videos. Yeah, I know. I know some of these AI predictions are a lot to deal with. Who's coming towards you? Who's coming towards you, Cicely? Who? Getting a C name like a Colin, Charles, C, first, second, or last name. Chris. Who's coming towards you? Okay, going in a new direction and journey. You're thinking about yourself. You're going in a new direction and journey. It's like you're not really worrying about who's coming towards you, really. You're being also quite calculated as well. Everyone needs a strategy. Everyone needs a strategy for whatever they're doing, whether it's in business, online. Everyone needs a strategy. Endings and beginnings. Finishing off a cycle. Beginning a new, something new. Something new and protected, something new and passionate, desire, something to unlock a key. You are going to be focusing on your own property, whether it's in your home country in Africa or whether it's in the United States. You're going to focus on your own property and land. Okay? That's your goal. And that needs to be had, I feel. I feel like if this father of the child needs to have any access, he's just got to give you something big. Yep, that's it. Otherwise, he's winning and he's getting what he wants for nothing. No investment whatsoever. Yeah, he's a snake charmer. That's what I got, snake charmer. And a sweet talker. So who's coming towards you? I see a C initial, but I feel like it's about you and your life, your priorities, getting your priorities in order about what it is that you want and where it is that you're going. And the right person, the right things, the right situations will then pop up. Okay. Hi TP, how are you, my dear? Welcome back. TP. Will my previous male boss reach out to me for any new job position? If yes, how will this job turn out for me? Do you see me working for him again? I feel you need to reach out to him. I don't know why. I feel like you just got to keep him on your radar and get a definite yes or no with him. Yeah, get a definite yes or no with him. Hi, lucky lady. How are you? Where are you from? Do a shout out where you're from. Like on arrival. TP. I feel like you need to reach out to him to restore balance in the relationship. Yeah, there is news here coming in and there's an offer. Yes, there is. There's communication and there's an offer. If you've already reached out to him, then that could be him coming back to you and making you an offer. But I feel like you need to tell him that you're interested and you're wanting a good position. Yeah. And I don't know, he's kind of sitting on his laurels is the word I'm getting. He's kind of sitting on his hands, or his hands are tied at the moment. So, but he kind of is thinking about stuff. Yeah, I think you have to reach out, TP, because he might think that you left, you've gone and you don't want to come back. So I'd reach out to him. And if people say no, don't take it personally. Just move on. Then you know the door's closed. Move on and that's it. Tammy. Hi, Tammy. How are you? What are you picking up about Dan right now? We had such a good time at dinner yesterday, crickets today. But you are living with him though, aren't you? How can it be crickets today? Dan. What's going on with Dan? Oh, you moved home because the bridge opened again. Okay, so you didn't want to live in Austin? I thought you were going to make it a move. Okay. Crickets. Well, I feel that since you moved home, he was safe. He was safe to go out with you. There's something wrong with him. And you've got to be careful, men using you for their own distraction and their own entertainment. A man should be entertaining you, not the other way around. And then it just should then kind of gel from there and have a good time together. So I feel like he was, you know, going out with you because it was safe, because you were moving home, and that it was a distraction, or that it was just like a nice finish to this particular scenario, you know. Would you move back to Austin by yourself and get your own property is the question. Yeah. If you want a different life, if you want more of a social life, outdoor life, what was it like in Austin this time around? Or you wouldn't bother living there because you've got enough things going on at the lake. You can't afford to move right now. Well, if you rented out your house, you could probably afford to move right now because of the rentals. Yeah, are really high. Yes. I think you could work it out to move if you really wanted to, Tammy. I feel like you could, you know, financially. I feel like there's something else blocking you there, and it's not money. I feel like it's a sense of familiarity. It could also be your boyfriend. It could be your family, having your family come over and stuff like that and visit, because it's easy for them to do that, or easier, but it doesn't mean that you can't go to Austin and have them visit you there and go out there. So there's psychological things blocking you, and it's because you kind of have to, unfortunately, at a certain time in your life, you've got to reinvent yourself, which is what I'm doing. So sometimes you've got to sit in the gap of not knowing exactly what it is. And if things are not really clear, then you've just got to kind of try to work it out and sit in it until things are very clear. And then you'll go off in a new direction. Sometimes things are exhausted because they're they've just run their course. I don't feel like this Dan is interested. To be honest, if this Dan was interested, he'd be all over you. I don't feel like he's interested, and he's holding himself way back. So I feel like he kind of feels like maybe that you're interested. He doesn't want to give you the wrong vibes, but he's happy to go out with you as a friend, have a nice time, have a great time. He knows you're compatible, and it's not because he's not attracted to you. I just feel like he's not available, or he doesn't want to be available. He doesn't want to get involved with a new relationship or any relationship at all. And he's in a, I don't know, I kind of get he's a bit depressed, kind of low-key depressed underneath. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about this, Dan. I would just work out what you want to do. Do you want to position yourself somewhere that's going to attract different men who are going to be more in line with you and be able to offer you what you want, you know? Yeah, offer you what you want. So it depends what you want. If you want to travel with a travel partner, then go for somebody who's got availability to travel and the means to travel and the time to travel. If you want someone who's going to build a life with you and live with you and that type of thing, you have to go for somebody who wants that, you know, straight off the bat. Otherwise, it's not going to you know, correlate, but barking up the wrong tree. and being involved with men. And the older we get, the more men have different hang-ups, like they've got dead wives, or they've got, you know, kids from different marriages, or stepkids that they're still attached to, or, you know, they've just got too much going on. So it doesn't get any easier, to be honest. It really doesn't. Yeah. So I feel like you're finding your power, your balance, and you are going to be making money or feeling very abundant with what it is that you're doing and how it is that you are. So there is abundance here and there is a flow, and it's going to be coming in nicely. It's just the money thing, you're going to sort it out. You are an accountant, so you're going to sort it out. You're going to sort out the money. The money shouldn't be a problem. The finances can be worked around. It's not like you're clueless with finances and you do stupid things, you know, or things that are putting you in debt or other things. Your principal was happy. I think she's getting better. I don't think she's going to be a problem this year. Yeah, you're going to have to work out a way. It's like you're attempting to find a way with the Seven of Swords, the King of Rods. You're attempting to find a way to kind of like move it through. And it could be you're still upset about the past. You could be still upset about a man in the past who either didn't give you enough money, or he didn't give you enough time, or he didn't give you, you know, enough love or support. Yeah, it could be a series of men in the past or just one person. So I feel it's more psychological than otherwise. You feel your second husband went back on his word, yeah. And we have to look forward. We can't go backwards. We can't look at what's in the past. If nothing is working in reality, in real lifetime, we can't look at the past. We've just got to slip forward and move into the next realm, you know, reinvent a different life. And that's all you can do. Like if you like certain hobbies, dancing and this and that, line dancing and whatever, just go out and do that and find people who like doing the same things that you do. You've got to live for today, but you've also got to try to have a plan, Tammy. You can't just fly by the seat of your pants. You've got to get a strategy in place. A strategy is about working towards your goals. Your goals are about working out what it is that you want now, like what it is, where you want to see yourself in 1 to 5 years, 10 years, 20 years even, how you want to retire, where you want to retire, and, you know, how you want to retire. And what you want to be doing moving forward. Okay, so I wish you all the best with that. Yeah, it's about cutting off these guys from the past, just not even bothering about them. The more unbothered you are, the better off you are. The more unbothered. Hi, Misty. Hi, TP. Texas Tammy. Okay. Hi, Ariana. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Do a shout out where you're from, a like on arrival. Okay, TP, your next question is, did my job agency reach out to previous boss? And I think somebody did a donation as well offline. So just remind me about that. Well, Ariana's got a question in. What are your 3 questions? Put in your 3 questions. Somebody did me a super chat. That was you, Mystique. What was your questions? Yeah, Mystique, what were your questions? Thanks for that. Yeah, pop your questions in. TP, did my job agency reach out to my previous boss SC for references? Which month can I expect to hear from him if he does reach out first? Don't let him reach out first. Look, if you're in the job market, you have to contact them. Otherwise, somebody else is going to snap up those jobs. If there's any jobs going, somebody else is going to snap it up because they're going to seem more keen. You can't just sit and wait. No, absolutely not. It's very competitive out there. Thanks, Michi. I'm in an advice mode at the moment. I've been watching too many videos, psychological videos. You've got to reach out to him first, TP. There's no sitting around and holding your pride and not losing face and all of that. Just reach out to him and ask if the job agency asked him for a reference recently. And if the agency's working for you, ask them if they've asked him for a reference. I mean, why are you not asking the people the right questions? Like, why are you just leaving it to fate and destiny? You've got to push these jobs. They don't come easy, you know. There can be like 20, 30, 50 candidates going for a job. Yeah. You've got to be very assertive. When can I expect to hear from him if he does reach out? Any timing? Let's put a timing on a job. Timing on a job. You've got to activate it though. You can't be just sitting and waiting for these people to work for you. You've got to push them. You've got to be up in their face. Because if you're not up in their face, they're just going to like put you on the back burner and just say, oh, she's probably just doing her own research and marketing and whatever she's doing to put her CV out there. You've got to be right up in their face. You've got to be like calling them every week, seeing them every week, going into their office every week, you know, these agencies, and seeing what they're doing, seeing who they've, you know, put you forward for, seeing what the job market is, seeing if you need to tweak your resume or do something, you know, see if they've got any feedback. Okay, what do we got here? You've got money's looking good. Money's looking good, whether it's your own money, whether it's your investments, whether it's something that you've been accruing over time, or something that you're wanting to get out of your superannuation or your 401k. I don't know what it is, but I don't know when you're meant to retire or if you're even any close to retirement. I'm also getting a question mark. Are you thinking about going back to some sort of college program or school program or course while you're waiting, or searching, I should say, applying? The money's there. The money's definitely there. You're worried about it. You're saving it. You're not spending it, but the money's definitely there. You've got collaboration with a feeling of soul family, a feeling of partnership, a feeling of people helping you out. So there are people helping you out, but I think you've got to ask them to help you out. And if they won't help you out, you've got to ask somebody else. It just comes down to that, you know. You definitely have good women on your side here. You've got 3 different women. One of them could be you, but you've got 3 different women, and you're being more discerning about how you're going about for these jobs. And you will be more discerning. You're going for the money, so you might be holding off until you get the job that pays the most money. So that could be also the indication. You're going for the gold. You're going for gold. Yep. But you've got to push agencies because some of them are hopeless. You've got to push agencies. You've got to push a lot of people. I mean, my landlord just had the internet off for 4 days. I mean, friggin' hell, you know, pull your finger out and do something. So, and I'm onto it. I'm calling them, emailing them, you know, getting on top of it, going above the head of the person that's responsible for the internet. I mean, I don't care. I'm going to contact the director, you know, the CEO of the company, and say, look, the internet's been out since X, Y, and Z, and it's still not on. Like, what the hell is going on? You know, some people work online. They need to be doing their business. Okay. Did you have a question, Mystique? Did somebody put a offline donation in that I didn't see? I thought it was Mystique. I thought it was Mystique. Yeah. Gemini came through. Okay, we've got Ariana, how are you, Ariana? Whereabouts are you from? Question 1, will I get a new job? Okay. Will I get a new job with your current company? And will I be okay doing short excursions on your cruise in December? Are you allowed to do short excursions? Or are you going on a cruise? Are you afraid of doing short excursions? I mean, short excursions are usually very, oh, it was Meg's. Meg's already did one question. Did she do another one? Oh, yeah, she did another one. Okay, thanks, Megs. Yeah. Okay, Ariana, then Megs. Hi, Michi. Will you get a new job? I think we've got to do the pendulum first, then we'll do the cards. We're going to get specifics with the cards. Will you get a new position, a new job, Ariana? Just say this year, 2025, will you get a new job? It's moving. It's kind of saying yes or no, but then it's going into a yes. Okay. Will Ariana get a new job at the current job place? Current company. Looks like a yes. That could be why I was getting a yes or no, because it's like you're in the same place. You're going to get a job there. Will I be okay during short excursions on your cruise? What are you afraid of? Yes, you will be okay. Let's do a spread for Ariana. Thanks, Mystique. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Where's the cruise going to? Well, really, the eyeglass place robbed. What does that mean? On one cruise a few years ago, I pulled a muscle in my legs climbing some stone steps. Well, I feel like you're going to be more careful. Where are you based and where are you going? Yes, some messages are going through. Meg's got the messages, I think. Yep. Thank you, thank you. You're the next one. Ariana. Ariana, Jamaica, Aruba, Colombia, Costa Rica, Panama, and Honduras. Oh, nice. Yeah, just don't go wandering off into strange places where they can spike drinks. That's the only thing that comes up in some places. But the excursions are going to be fine, and they'll tell you how much or how little, you know, physicality is involved, strenuous activity, etc. If it's, you know, active or you know, not very active. Okay, so Magician, Temperance, I think you're going to have a good time. Yeah, you're going to have a good time. You're going to be feeling actually quite fit at the time you go. So you might be doing some preparation for it, like feeling like better or fitter, or doing some sort of weight training even, because this guy's got abs here. You might even be doing some weight resistance exercises, even smaller ones, just to get prepared. or doing more steps or walking more, kind of even just like counting your steps. It's going to go really nicely, and you're going to have a romantic time, or you're going to be feeling like you're going back down memory lane or somewhere you've been before, or it's going to feel familiar, or there's going to be some sort of romantic feeling in the air. There is a feeling of the world, like you're really covering a lot of countries and doing a lot of stuff, and you feel like you've got, you know, the power to move forward. It's actually going to go well. And you're going to eliminate things that are no longer needed. You might even be getting rid of a vehicle. I don't know what that's about. If you've got, you know, various cars or something like that, you might be getting rid of a vehicle, or eliminating ways that you were traveling before that are no longer serving you. So it could have been road trips or something like that. And you're going to come out of it feeling like the Empress. You've got really nice energy. You might be going to the spa. You could be doing some nice things on board, having a nice time, doing some spa therapies and stuff like that, and water therapies. They've got some amazing stuff on some of these ships now. If you're not using your RV, you might decide to rent it or sell it. I mean, some people are renting RVs and getting a lot of money. I knew one guy who rented his RV for a whole year as a rental, parked in his yard, and it paid off the whole cost of the RV. And the people stayed there for 3 years. So you can rent your RV out as a permanent fixture accommodation, and people are looking for accommodations. People are living in RVs. He even rented out this thing that looked like an igloo dome and didn't have any running water or anything. The tenant had to come to the main house, and he rented it out for a decent price, because the guy wanted to live like under the stars in a quiet area, and he was there for 3 years. Bit of a hippie style, but it was nicely done. It was on like a decking and stuff, and had like a nice carpet inside and things like that. Yeah. On the cruise ship, you're going to maybe, I don't know, you might sign up for another cruise, or you might be thinking about other cruises, because they're always promoting other cruises on the cruise ships, aren't they? Like, where are you going next? Can we offer you this cruise? Can we offer this one? Getting the words Puerto Rico. I'm also getting Italy. Italy almost came out of my mouth, but I was thinking Spain, the Mediterranean. Italy was coming out of my mouth, so I just thought I'd give you that one. But they might book you on another cruise somewhere else while you're on there. You could be getting some credits as well, but I think it's going to go really well. Yeah. And if you go to the casino and just do the slot machines for a little bit of time, like $50 or something, you can get free cruises offered to you on certain cruise lines. Not all of them, but I think Celebrity and NCL and Princess. Okay. A lot of people are getting free cruise offers. Have a great idea. Thank you so much. A lot of people are renting out their RVs if they're not using them. If they're just sitting there collecting dust, you may as well be renting it out. It is like a really nice living situation for some people. I mean, some people live in RVs all their lives. Okay, Megs. Where are you, Megs? Let's have a look at your question. You had a juicy question, I think, Megs. Juicy question. I wanted to know the energy around L45 Taurus, the guy that showed up in your spread that I met at the rodeo. Was he a new one or the old one that you knew before? El Dorado. I'm getting the words El Dorado, like that song. El Dorado. Okay. Is Tammy still here? Tammy, did you relate to that song that I gave you? It was The Last Train to Gainesville. I think Gainesville's in Tennessee, isn't it? I think, is it Gainesville? The Last Train to Gainesville? That was from Freckles. Maybe we need a Freckles question. He needs to come back in. Okay, L45. He travels around a lot. He's on the show, like on the rounds a lot. He's on the circuit a lot, isn't he? And when he's not there, he's probably recouping, regenerating and training and doing stuff and seeing family. I don't know, I get it, he's quite a family person, even though he might not make out as he is, but he seems like a bit of a family person. I do feel like you'll hear from him. But I kind of feel like the guy for you is somebody who is more like a stable kind of person that is able to offer you more because he knows that he's traveling a lot and he can't really offer stability in a sense. He's a vendor. So he might be like training in the sense, or instead of training, he could be like, you know, looking at different products and tweaking things. I mean, unless you went with him, which you can't because you've got a daughter and you, that would be an interesting lifestyle. You could do quite well together, selling products and stuff. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. You would really love that. And even doing like vlogs about the rodeos. Yeah. It would be a good match on paper, but it's just like the logistics of it are just not kind of like correlating. They're sort of not coming together. There's a very strong sexual energy with him, like there's a desire and attraction, that's for sure. There's definitely a nice energy. He does like your company. You get on well. You know, he could be quite generous as well. I'm not getting it straight up, but it just channeled feeling of kind of a nice person, like generosity person, chivalrous. He's the sort of guy you like, but you need to get him in a different sort of setting. Yeah. I wonder when he's going to retire. If ever. He might not, because he's quite enjoying himself. It is a lot, though. It's quite tolling on his life in general, taxing on his life. He's working on the finances, working on the money. He's definitely working on the money. I feel like he'd like to retire at 50, but I don't think he will. Like, you know, I think he's kind of like in a pattern. There he is there. He's in a pattern of having different women in different places, most likely. He has got a few properties, yeah. Well, he might be sort of like thinking about his retirement, but he's sort of enjoying his lifestyle still. He's sort of enjoying the rounds, and I don't know, he kind of feels like he's going to live a long time, which he probably will. Taurus often have very good longevity, and yeah, he might just have like, he might be just wanting more and more, like getting himself more and more set up. Like he could be eventually the type of guy who would be good to settle down with, etc. But he's not in the right place right now. He's just not doing anything right now. And it's not like if he put you somewhere in a house somewhere and came to see you like on his rounds, it's not like he could see you a lot because he's traveling kind of far and wide. Yeah. So, and you know, Taurus men are kind of a bit playerish. He could definitely have other women in other cities that he hooks up with, you know, that he takes out on dates. Yeah, bit of a Don Juan sort of vibe to him. But he's a nice person. He's a good guy. He's just got a certain lifestyle he's kind of like stuck into, and he's not kind of getting out of it. So thanks for that comment, Megs. Let's replace that pin. All right. Let's just double check your question. Yeah, nice guy. I'm also seeing crystals and kind of like First Nation jewelry around you, like that stone, that blue stone that's used a lot. A finesser. Oh, a finesser. That's a nice word. I like that word. Finesser. He's a finesser. What's that blue stone that they use in a lot of those rodeo kind of like pins and clips and things? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, he's on the road. He's on the road. He's often running. He likes a lifestyle. He's not fooling anyone. He's not lying to anyone. It is what it is. You know, he's quite honest. Like, it's kind of is what it is with him. And he's stuck in his little Taurus ways, isn't he? Yep. You know, he likes you when he's with you. He's into you. They're very charming, true Mystique. They're very charming, the good old Taurus. I knew a Taurus years ago when I was in Lebanon. He was a boyfriend of mine, actually, for a while, for quite some time. He was extremely helpful, absolutely lovely, true gentleman. You know, I was very close to his family, his sister, his parents, absolutely beautiful people. He ended up marrying kind of like a very doormatish looking woman, you know, not a glamour queen, not a glamour puss, Megs, like you and I, not a glamour puss. No. Sometimes men will marry down but date up. So you have to watch that. You've got to go for men who are looking for, you know, looking for something extremely special. Marry down and date up. Yeah, exactly, Mystique, because they don't want any issues. They want someone to toe the line. They want someone dowdy. They want someone walking around without makeup or not smiling. You know, he was always extremely respectful. But he even told me from a Taurus point of view, like after we broke up, like we were friends, he told me that, you know, often he would have, you know, flings with women who he wouldn't even talk to from the time he picked them up to the time he dropped them off. Wouldn't even talk. Can you believe that? That's a Taurus thing. They will go for anything that moves, honestly, anything they're attracted to, anything that moves. It can be a beauty queen, a social queen, or it can be, you know, somebody who's a street walker, literally a street walker. So just always use protection, guys, with it. You just don't know. I might get flagged for this video. You had him figured out too. He couldn't handle you at first. Okay. Yeah, look, if they can't handle you and they're making issues about that, then that's a red flag. All right, what do we got coming up? Have I missed anybody except for Mystique? Let's go, Mystique. Oh, you got your Cash App question as well, Mystique. Yes, I thought so. I thought I saw a Cash App from you. Glamour Puss. Exactly, Glamour Puss. Frumpy, Glamour Puss. Yeah, this wife of the ex, she never smiles. Never in any photo. And she's very ordinary. Very ordinary. Yeah. Zero personality. You know, what can you do with that? Okay, let's have a look. I might have to get my pointer. We are coming to you, Mystique. Does everybody like my spell potions and curses candle? It's still sitting there. I might offer it for, because I'd like to burn it for someone. I'd like to offer it for 20 to someone. Yeah, on the website. Someone who'd like to do this spells, potions and curses candle. Can be done for any specific reason, but it can be about getting rid of this negative energy, or if you feel like there's all these haters or all these, you know, crazy people or situations around you. Dealing with difficult people is a course I'm taking right now. Dealing with difficult people. I have them come at me for no reason. Absolutely zero reason. Yep. Okay. Hi, Mystique. All right, we're coming down to Mystique. Wonder if I should do the candle first. Or Mystique. Okay, let's do a little candle first just to shift the energy. So we've got the love boat candle. Not sure there's a lot in this one, but there looks like there's a big love heart here. And there's like a phallic symbol popping up here. Popping up here. And another one. So two men, two attractions, two phallic symbols. I've got a potential E or an F initial here. This almost looks like two fingers, so it looks like somebody's clasping something. This whole thing here looks a bit phallic itself, a bit sexual itself. I've got an L. I don't know. With this candle, I did it for everybody. I did a love candle intention for everyone, or prosperity, or Venusian candle, like love and money, or anything that might pop up. There seems to be a lot of SEX energy on this candle for some reason. I don't know, I'm just getting that. There looks like a sea lion or a sea otter popping its little head up there. I've got a T here as well and an umbrella. So something is covering you. Looks like a SE, yes, organ, yeah. It looks like something's covering you, like you're being covered, okay? So you've got protection. There's protection with the umbrella. There's a small mountain there that seems to be good. Rolling hills, overcoming obstacles. There looks like a dart or some sort of shooting something out. Could also be a bird like a heron with a long neck as well. Okay, then we've got a crocodile over here. Crocodile head, crocodile body. Okay, so somebody might be lurking around you, keeping very quiet, watching you. You could have a watcher, somebody online, somebody keeping an eye on you, somebody not really doing anything, just watching and waiting, waiting for a next move. The L also looks like a corner. So it looks like some of you are turning a corner, literally, like at a crossroads. You're deciding, okay, I'm going to go left or right. I'm just going to move. Also be careful at any cross stops when you're driving. You know, the crosses, some people don't stop at cross signs, so just be careful. Crocodiles have a very reptilian vibe about them, a very ancient vibe about them. So there could be somebody there in the shadows that's been watching you for some time. Could be an older person as well. A relic. A relic. Okay, we've got 3 dots here, 3 eyes. So we're going to put the eyes out with the next candle. We're going to get rid of all of the eyes that are watching people. Can also be 3 islands in the sun. but there looks like there's a lot of things squirting around this candle. I know it sounds really, really wild, but it is what it is. I can't deny it. There's another one here. Yeah, something here, overflow. Anything inside the candle that we need to know. There's another love heart here, actually. So a lot of you are going to be having love and passion. There's love and or passion here popping in around you. Being careful of the crocodile. And looks like a yeast roll. Well, if it looks like a yeast roll, then that's good for baking something that's going to grow. Putting something in the oven. Could also be babies in the oven as well. Like babies being grown. So that's good. All right. Okay, Venetian and everybody else. Hope you enjoyed that one. Okay, let's do your cash app first. Mystique. September to September. September to September. Yeah, I feel like that candle's got somebody's name on it. So whoever wants that candle, go ahead. No babies in the oven. Let's not manifest that, no. That's hilarious. Okay. September to September for Mystique. What's going on? Okay, having a strategy. I'm seeing this now as a strategy card. So let's just say we need a strategy. Thanks, Mystique. Thanks, Venusian. Desire. To get your desires off and running. October, November. Feeling like you're in your power. Surviving. December. Romance, sweetness. In December. January. February. Okay, so something coming out feeling like you're on top of maybe a breakthrough with your business or feeling very successful by January, feeling like you're using your hidden gifts, the pearl, really uncovering something. March, hearing news, gossip. What's the gossip about? Could be about a bride, could be you. I wonder if your son's going to get married to the pregnant girlfriend. You got lucky money here. Lucky money coming in. Mystique. So that's looking extremely good. Lucky money. And I feel for whatever reason, this next 12 months is going to be a lot lighter. It's a lot lighter. You're not taking things as seriously. You're not letting people affect you that much, like your parents and everything. You're kind of like letting things roll off you, like roll off a duck's back, that type of thing, like water off a duck's back, including men, including comments, including messages, including, you know, these, you know, men who ask you out and all of that, who are just who they are, and you know who they are, so you don't have to even engage, that type of thing, like just taking things with a grain of salt. Yep. The Gemini came through for me when my Jeep stopped working. Is that energy intention behind? What's the energy intention behind it all? Okay. I feel like in a way it was convenient for him and he wanted to help you out in some way. He wanted to feel of service. And men who are in their masculine energy like to help. Doesn't matter who they are in your life, they like to be to help you in some way. Whatever help you need. Whatever help you need. I think he was at the right time, the right place, and he wants to still have an open relationship. Okay. Do you see your daughter and I in a new affordable place soon? You should be able to work that out if you're doing it together still, Mystique. You should be able to work that out. Do I see my daughter in a new affordable place? You know, you also have to work out what she's doing. Is she on board with you, or is she going to go off and do something else with her boyfriend or move interstate or something like that? Do you see your daughter and you in a new affordable place soon? Comfortable. Well, if you need to do it together because of her credit score, it might be worth it. But they're going to take yours into accountability if you're going to be on the lease as well. Freedom, career. She might be wanting to have freedom so she could move for her career if needed. New doors opening. New opportunities coming in for you. I still feel like living with your daughter, unless she has intentions of helping you get a place, unless she's got good credit score, unless it's going to be in her name, then no. No, you don't have to do it with her. You can do it by yourself. Do you see, okay, good things coming to me and my daughter. Okay. You know, it's the start of her life. Well, if she wants an Airbnb business, she's got to work it out, and it's not that easy. It's not that easy. You need a lot of money. You know, it's not that easy. You don't want to get loans. You don't want to borrow money and all of that. No, she's got to work it out herself and do it herself. Yeah. You're not in a position to help. You're not in a position to do it, you know, with anyone. You need to get your life first back on track. You know, this talking about Airbnb, but nothing's happened. Good things coming to you and your daughter. You know, and is she a business partner for you? She's a child. She's your child. Is she a good business partner? You know, she might be able to sort this out herself and then surprise you with opening up an opportunity for you, a gift for you to be able to go and manage something for her, or live there on premises or something like that. But I would let her do it herself with her boyfriend or fiance. I'd like let her do it herself, because in the end you're going to be the odd one out. You're going to be the third wheel, and she's going to end up moving forward with her boyfriend and probably, you know, wanting to get married or something. You have to have your own life, Mystique. You can't rely always on other people. Yeah, it doesn't matter if she's done a website. You've got to see the money. You've got to see the money. You can do 100 websites and not see any money. You've got to see the money coming in and the action and the plan. You need a strategy. And if she doesn't have any money to start this off, or credit score, then it's not going to work, you know. There's a guy on TikTok offering a deal to become remote working financial advisor. Would it be wise for me to do it? I think unless you know about financial advising, no. No. And these guys on TikTok, they're just offering stuff to people who are in desperate situations. You've got to consolidate what you have, you know, and the talents that you have and what you specialize in and what you know about. If you don't know about financial advice and you don't know how to take financial advice yourself to the next level, then it's a no. You know, if your credit score's bad and it's all messed up, then no. You know, only some people are good at this stuff. So if it's your forte, if you're good at accountancy and all of that, then yes. But if you aren't, then I don't think it's a good idea to go off target. You already have so many ideas and targets to do. This guy just wants the money. He wants to get as much money as possible from everybody. You know, he's advertising on TikTok. He's going to want you to invest in it as well. If these guys want money up front, they want you to invest it. You're better off having a regular job or doing your own business. You know, doing your own business. The hustle that you can do is your readings. That's a side hustle. You've already established a platform. You know, you need a strategy to be able to attract the clients that need your help, the types of people that need your help. Yeah, don't give him $124. No, absolutely not. You don't know if it's going to work even. And you don't know anything about it, and you don't have the energy to do it. And you're in a situation where you need to focus on your health, fitness, energy, and getting the car, you know, the car loan paid off and working everything out and getting a house. So no, you don't want to stretch it. No, this guy just wants money from everyone. That's why they offer these, you know, ideas. No, I don't feel like it's a good idea. No. And then you're at his beck and call. You need to it's taking so long to get your place because you haven't paid your car off, which you should have by now. You said you paid it off last year, so I don't know how you got all of that credit back on it. And either you sell your car, you get your credit score back up. You've got to do the baby steps. You know, I know it's hard, and I know that it's difficult, but sometimes you've got to downsize to upsize. You know, like the baby steps I'm not a financial advisor, but I hate buying cars on credit, never will. Only did it once, never will again. Absolute nightmare. And yeah, what's that guy? The Ramsey Show. He's quite, you know, he's quite hard on people, but the baby steps are important. You know. Yeah, the baby steps are important. And they make sense. And he's done it. You got a newer car, so you didn't have to have car issues. Okay, but sometimes do you really need a car? You know, can you get an Uber to work and back since you're driving buses and stuff? You know, sometimes do you really need a car? Sometimes you have to live without a car to get your credit up to be able to go and get a good car for cash. If you've got $7,000 or $10,000 cash, you can buy a good car in America. You can buy like a Sprint or something small, you know. And $300 for a car note is too much. It's like a rent, yeah. And the problem with cars is that they don't increase in value, they decrease. So you're paying into a losing investment. It's not an investment. It's not like paying off a house. It's like a no-win situation getting a car loan. It just is. I mean, I even feel bad getting a new car, driving it off the lot, and knowing that it's going to decrease in value, even if I pay cash for it. Yeah. So sometimes you've got to go without a car. You've got to get a different type of car, like a Vespa or like a bicycle, or like just use Ubers. And if you work out, sometimes Ubering is going to be cheaper than and the city bus, exactly, is going to be cheaper than running a car and owning a car and paying off the car note. And you do get used to things, like you get used to it. If you feel in danger, just get an Uber or a Lyft or whatever. Okay. All right. The problem is in America, they just throw credit at you. You know, anyone can get credit. That's the problem in America. And now they're getting those payday loans. I mean, that's really bad, even just for food. I mean, situation's getting bad, so you have to try to work it out that it's working in your favor. It's not hard to rent your own place by yourself, Mystique. You just got to go for a studio, you know. You have to go for a studio. I mean, a studio can be $700 a month, depending on where you are, you know. I mean, now they're turning like motels into studios as well and stuff like that. And your mother's charging you rent or extorting money from you, which you can say is rent. You've never had an issue with spending and all that. Well, you know, well, why are you in the situation you're in right now? You shouldn't be in that situation if you've never had a problem. No. Sometimes we like things that look good and seem like they're, you know, they're the best thing to have, you know, but it's not always the case. And even if you went without a car for 6 months or a year, you could have enough money to buy a car at the end of that time. Last calls, everybody. If anybody likes a last call, please get your super chat in. I hope you've enjoyed the candle, enjoyed the questions, enjoyed the live, enjoyed everything. I am open for private sessions, which are through my website as well, amiracelon.com, which is sent to you on an audio recording. If you lose weight and you're going to feel lighter and you're going to get fitter. It just is the way it is. You've got enough youthfulness. I mean, you're only early 40s, Mystique. You can defeat that. Yeah, you can defeat that by just moving more. Yep. And it's not going to be the same as it was when you're 20, but still. Oh, Megan said it for the candle. Thanks. Thanks, Meg. Thank you so much. Thank you, Megs, for the candle. So Megs has got the candle, everybody. Megs has got the candle. So I'm going to do the candle for Megs, which is a very interesting one, I must say. And your Scorpio placements bought the candle. Yeah, and I'm going to impregnate all of the things, the trials, the situations, anything to do with, you know, jealousies and gossips and opening things and sending back the eyes and cutting the cords and returning to sender all of those negative energies and getting something done with, something done with resolving things. Have you tried ChatGPT for the best states for single mothers to live in for benefits and coupons and things. You know, the thing is, I attract a lot of single mothers and people going through divorce situations and people going through legalities. I don't know why. I don't know if that's my forte, is helping the single mothers out there. Massachusetts. Oh, I love Massachusetts. Oh, is that Maryland? It's not Massachusetts. Is that Maryland? MA? Boston. Okay, yeah. Boston's beautiful. I mean, I've never been there in the winter. I would target that, Megs. I mean, there's so much money in Boston. So much money. Where's Maryland? Let me have a look. Maryland is near Washington, isn't it? It's a little bit. Is it a little bit? Is it dangerous or is it okay? It just has pockets, probably. There's a lot of business there too. Silver Springs. Okay. Yeah, we had somebody on the chat who's one of my old subscribers who's married now with kids, and she said she went to live in a cheap area, and she was suggesting something for you, because I had another question about somebody else who wanted like somewhere to go. I think she might be in for single mothers. I think she might be in West Virginia. She said it's good there, but she might have said Maryland, because I think she was from Maryland to begin with. Yeah, I would do a trifecta, like I said, and then crunch down the city, the opportunities, the violence, because you don't want to be somewhere that's not safe, because that's also an issue. And also you know, check the schools out. Yeah, check the schools out that you need for your daughter, because she's special needs, so you need to also highlight that and put that as a priority. Not West Virginia. Okay, it's too Hicksville for you anyway, Venusian. It's too hicky for you, I think, out there. When you brought up the trees, yeah. Silver Springs, Maryland. Oh. Silver Springs, okay. Pay close attention to sunflower in Silver Springs schools with other kids if you do decide. What does that mean, Michi? Is that good or bad? Silver Springs is a military area. Okay. Well, Venusian likes military areas. Silver Springs. I really like Boston. There's a lot of Brazilians in Boston now, a lot of illegals. Silver Springs, let me have a look. I mean, there's going to be a lot of money in Boston. There's going to be a lot of old money. There's that nice song by Stevie Nicks, Silver Springs. It's a really nice song. Silver Springs, Maryland. That looks nice. I mean, it's very close to Washington, Central. Yep. Yeah, it's worth looking at the you know, violence. I know that it was quite violent recently until things have sorted themselves out. Those are the 3 cities it gave you. Okay. What about 3 cities in the whole of America, not just in that one state? Oh, you got Charlotte and Marietta and Bethesda. Where the hell is that? Yeah, I would go where you have the most benefits, that it's the most quickest or shortest list or waiting time. I mean, even if you had to go up to Maine or something, you know, that could be a spot too. You know, and it doesn't matter if you're different up there, means you're going to find like the right people. They're going to be nice, you know. You're going to be different. You're going to stand out. That looks quite pretty. Looks quite pretty. Yeah, I would go for schools that are, and affordable housing. Yeah, I would go for schools that are advanced and looking after, you know, special needs, eds and all, you know, education and all of that, and where they look after kids. Yeah, and somewhere that's safe. That is it Bethesda? Bethesda. Looks really nice. Looks nice. Oh, it's near Virginia, but it's in Maryland. Okay. I know that some people have moved out of Washington or around that area, so I'm not sure. They said it was quite dangerous, so I'm not sure, you know, if it's okay or if it's going to stay okay. I've heard that it's gotten better, but it might not stay okay. Career education is great and affordable housing, yeah. Just keep asking ChatGPT and ask for the types of schools that are suitable for your daughter, and then have a look at the schools. I would honestly consider the Northeast. That's one of the places that I always wanted to live. That's where Tracy Chapman's from. I saw her in concert in Boston. They have amazing concerts there, summer concerts, and it's quite safe. It was quite safe. I don't know if it is now, but it was quite safe. Yeah. Yeah. I had a tight-ass Capricorn boyfriend near Boston who is a multi-millionaire from nothing, just through properties and property investment. With nothing. He bought properties for cash, nothing. Yep. He ended up marrying a really unattractive Brazilian woman. I mean, at least you can get a good-looking one, right? Really unattractive. Anyway, yeah, but he's a multimillionaire from nothing. But he, you know, he wouldn't have been a very good husband. He's too mean. Okay, mean as in tight. Not generous. Oh, only generous on the things that he wanted to do. Okay. Any messages from spirit guides? Okay, that's a good question. Thanks for that. Yeah, he's a real cap. Yeah, you're right, Venusian, a real fucking cap. Pissed me off. Really, really pissed me off, but it's okay. It's all good. Water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. You can't say I haven't tried. But now I know. Now I know. Now I know. Yep. Any messages from spirit guides? Yeah, other than the teachers, Meech, you want to get the schools that are specialised in what Megs needs. You're anemic to the cold. Okay. It's so pretty though when it's snowing. Yeah. Sometimes you've just got to kind of nut it out, Megs. You've got to nut it out, you know. I wouldn't, if there was like an amazing opportunity somewhere cold, I would go there and just get this done. And you might just put your daughter through school until she's finished and then go somewhere else. Yeah, I would just nut it out and get as much money as you can. Any messages from the spirit guides? Okay, let's have a look. You can always dress for the weather. You've got to get really good shoes, really good boots with fluffy linings, fur. I would wear a full-length friggin' fur in those places with a hood like they do in Russia. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, you've got to go for gold and you've got to go for where the doors are opening. I'm just seeing gold doors opening. So Megs, just go with that. Gold doors opening. Spirit guides also for Michi. I'm seeing gold doors as well. It could be a crossover message. You're going to tough this one out and you are going to open the road. The road is going to be open. You are going to leave the family. You're going to go. And it could be, let's tune into a season. Okay, we've got autumn, winter and spring. So autumn, winter and spring. You're planning your way out. Autumn, winter and spring. No, autumn, winter and summer. So summer's gone and we've got autumn and winter. Okay, so by the end of winter, I feel like you're going to be out. Okay. And you're going to make up your mind. You've got issues with mind choices, with deciding stuff. Because of that Libra you've got there. You've got Libra rising. You've got major issues with deciding something and sticking to it. And saying, okay, that's what I'm going to do. You love doing readings. Just do readings. Just keep going. I mean, look at this lady, Liz. Have you seen Liz? She just goes. And she does really well in her little lounge setup. I think she's now called I Don't Inbox You because she was getting a lot of fakes. Yeah, so yeah, just cut costs at all costs and save up and get out. Don't rely on your daughter. She's young. She's got a different trajectory of her life. This is your life. You know, this is a test of your life. Any last calls, Lorraine? Hi, Lorraine. How are you? A glamour puss. You like the glamour puss? You like? I'm thinking of getting my blonde extensions back because I feel much more with a glamour puss with my blonde extensions on. I'm kind of sick of having dark blonde hair. Yeah, it's kind of like not really working for me at the moment. It's making me feel a bit flat. Okay. My glamour puss era needs to come back. Gets cold and icy in Maryland. Yeah, it's going to get cold and icy everywhere except for the south and the west. Doesn't matter, Megs. Don't look at the weather. I mean, look at that lady from Africa. What's her name? Cicely. I mean, she's done so well with jobs in Minnesota. She's done extremely well with jobs up there. And it must be freezing up there, but it's warm in summer. Yes, Lorraine, go for it. So So sometimes it's just like, okay, we've got to be somewhere that we don't really like just to get our needs met, to get ourselves back on track, whether it's health, whether it's finances, whether it's housing. We've got to be in a situation we don't really like that much just to get certain things done. Like I've had to get my health stuff sorted out with my wrist. Yeah, we've just got to get certain stuff sorted out. And sometimes we don't like where we are, but we have to make the most of it. It is what it is. And the nice thing is that you've got your daughter with you and you're going to have fun wherever you are. You're going to make fun out of nothing. You know, sometimes the funnest things happen in the weirdest places, like the diviest bars or just the weirdest places. You can have fun and you don't expect it. Things can happen out of left field. Yeah, get the blonde extensions. I think I'm ready. I'm kind of itching for it, Michi. A blonde baby, a baby blonde. Well, like my hair used to be about a year ago, I had the blonde extensions in. I may as well use them. I've still got them. You're thinking about going red, like a cherry red or burgundy. That could be nice. Burgundy could be good. A nice rich colour for the fall. Okay. What do we got? Lorene, and then we're going to close the live. What do we got, Lorene? I'm going to do a short break and I'll come back and hopefully Maureen will have done her question. No, she wasn't in Montana, Michi. She's in like that state that borders into Canada at the very top of America. Okay, back. You're going great. Oh, the blonde ate up your hair, Mystique. All right. You're better off getting a pink wig, I think, Meech. Just to kind of have it when you feel like you want pink hair. Nothing wrong with a pink wig. Silver's nice. If it suits your skin tone, it definitely can work for a lot of women. Yeah, Cicely. Cicely got promoted and promoted and promoted. She was in Minnesota. I don't know if she's still on the live. She was here earlier. Or was she in Wisconsin? Either, you know, Minnesota or Wisconsin. I think Minnesota might have certain things going on. But either of those two cities. Also, there's a really cute town, Madison, in Wisconsin, which is a university town. Super cool. Like, I would go there. And I've seen some of the accommodations online there. It looks really nice. Yeah, but it's going to be cold, you know. But I was in Boston spring, summer, and fall on 3 different occasions, and they were fantastic. I wasn't there in the heaviness of winter, but a lot of, you know, they cope, they cope. And people get sick of it, like they get sick of the rain in Seattle, but I actually like the rain because I hadn't lived there all my life. I kind of liked it. Yep. So let's have a look. Lorraine, yay. Hi, Lorraine. Thanks for the 10. Can I please ask about my job? Do you see me having the same job for the next 6 months? Okay, let's have a look, Lorraine. What's going on? Okay, jumping card. The Star. Well, if you don't have the same job, you're going to be headhunted for something else. Some people suit grey hair and, you know, silver hair, and some people don't. You see the vision? What vision is that? The vision of the pink hair. The pink wig. Yes. Well, you've got the blonde wig. That looks really, really nice. I like the blonde. And you've got the other coloured wigs, I think, as well, haven't you? Did you have a red wig? Yeah. The thing is to go for the lifestyle of the man. Find out what their lifestyle is like. If you like their lifestyle and they have some lifestyle to offer you, that's the man. You've got to go for the lifestyle. And that includes everything that's going on. So, you know, kids and everything else. Got to check out to see what, you know, what's going on. Lifestyle. You know, some guys, like, you ask them questions and they say, oh, I spend all my time with my 27-year-old daughter. We do all these things together. It's like, well, you know, what's that all about? Is that the lifestyle? You just got to put it down like that's the lifestyle. Okay, Lorraine. And some lifestyles are not going to suit others. You know, are not going to suit everybody. Some things you're going to say, yuck, no way. Hi, Sungaya. How are you, my dear? Feel free to put a question in as we will be closing soon. Okay, Lorraine. Lorraine. I think if you want a new job, the new job is, will come. You're going to find it. You're going to put yourself out there, present it, and it will come. There's lucrativeness here. There's an offer here. There's feeling very abundant here as well, very much in your element. There's coming together with an interview. This can be an interview or coming together with an agreement as well. The road opening, taking a step into a new direction. What's the Seven of Cups about? Let's clarify that as an internal. You might feel like things are a bit up in the air, like you're not really sure what way to go or what to go for. So maybe you need a strategy, okay. Maybe ask an agent, somebody in charge. Consult an agent maybe, like a recruitment agency. See what's going on, see what jobs are out there. You've got quite a bit underlying romantic elements here with the cards as well. So it could lead you to a new home, a new house, a new environment that you really like, that you feel really blessed in, or a situation where you're going to meet a really good person. Okay, so the new job, I feel like it's a yes. Do you see me having the same job for the next 6 months? I feel like you could stay there if you wanted to, but if you want to leave, you could leave. Same job for the next 6 months. Yes, by personal choice and personal will. But I kind of feel like if you wanted to step out and do something else, it could kind of open doors for new relationships eventually. So you might plan that out after 6 months of where to go next, if there are any good openings coming up. Okay. You love the hairstyle color video. Oh, cool. Hi, Sungaya. Positivity to you too. Any last call? Would you like to do a super chat? Okay. Thanks, Sungaya. Yep. Thanks for joining, everyone. I'll get your candle going as well, Megs, when I get off. I'll start working out how I'm going to get it sorted, impregnate it with what you want. And yeah, get that sorted out. There seems to be a bit of a delay today. Sungaya, Sungaya. Got a question, Sungaya? Oh, there you go. Okay. How does my mum feel about me now after what happened with her? Okay. How does your mother feel about you after what happened with her? What happened with her? Let's have a look. What happened with her? She feels comforted by somebody. I don't know who that is, whether it's a partner or a friend or a boyfriend. She might feel like she needs to do something different or kind of take a new direction in her life. Oh, about the biological father. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I haven't missed anybody, have I? No, don't think I have. She had a possible stroke. Hadn't spoken since I confronted her about biological father. She's getting comfort with her husband here. She might feel kind of not deceived, but stabbed in the back, or not wanting to look at the situation. She's burying her head in the ground. She might be in denial. She doesn't really want to confront the situation or admit it or even look into it with the DNA or anything. She's not wanting to do that. She could be living in denial, or she doesn't want to face her lies or any sort of question mark she might have around it, and rewrite her story that she's told everybody. I mean, there could be some narcissism there. There could be some things going on there. She's worried about money. She's worried about losing money. Could be to do with somebody leaving her. So either she had a stroke or she didn't. So if she didn't actually have a stroke, she could be faking it as well to try to play the victim. Some people use illness to create attention, and if it's not real, then that shows you, or to play the victim, and that if it's not real, then it shows you that it's a manipulative strategy. She's wanting to keep on top of the situation. I do feel like you're going to get to the bottom of it. And you've got the victory card here. You feel like they've stabbed you in the back. They haven't given you the right answers. Yeah, as well. And there's a triangle situation going on. So it's who said that to who, and like there's third parties talking and gossip going on, etc. It has left you quite sad, but you haven't exhausted all resources. I do feel like there are resources there that you could explore if you did need the answers. The outcome here is you're going to get victory. You're going to get to see the truth of the reality, whether it's through your mother or it's not. So it could be through DNA. You might just go and do a DNA test, and I don't know how much contact you have with her husband who claims to be your father. You could get him to cooperate. He might be the one to cooperate. She might not cooperate. Oh, they're all lying about a lot of stuff. Okay, so they're covering up stuff. So I don't know why they're doing that. It could be to lose face. Why are they covering up stuff? Could be also something to do with money, finances. Unless they're covering something up, so you're not going to get upset about it or hurt about it. Something legal. There could have been a legal situation happening in the past. It could have been done for visa reasons or something like that. I don't know if somebody needed a visa, or she had to marry so-and-so to get a visa, or something legal. Yeah, I don't know. Why are they covering this stuff up? They want things to remain intact. My father was never her husband. She lied. He doesn't know, I know. She lied to him too. She's hiding that she stole money. Yeah, that's it. It's about the money, and it's about, you could get him to give you a DNA, or you could get some of his hair if that is valid, and get a DNA test done if you can get access to that. Yeah. Or if you know your actual father, genetic, like father, birth, like father of origin, you could get him to give you a DNA. See if somebody's going to cooperate with you, but it might not be who you think it's going to be. So it could be a half sister, it could be a half sibling, it could be another relative. Somebody's going to cooperate with you. So I would just keep, if you need to have this information, I would just keep going. Yeah. Or you could, she's just turning the blind eye. She doesn't want to face reality. She doesn't want to come clean. So if you really need to know this information, you're going to have to maybe do it yourself. And if you just want to let it go and wash it under the bridge, you can also do that. Just accept it for how it is. It depends what results you want and who you want to keep, you know, good relations with, and who you don't. Yeah, you might want to talk to your half siblings. Yeah, that could help. And that would come out like they would be a quarter. If you had a different father, they would be a quarter relative, right? I think. Yeah, do your research. Ask ChatGPT how to go about doing it, or ask somebody. Agua pasada. Yeah, they're all cut off. Okay. Water in the past. Okay. You could try to work it out somehow, or approach, if you know who this father is, you could try to approach him and see if he would be willing to do a DNA. Just tell him you don't want anything from him, but you want to prove that your mother was a liar. Yeah, so he might cooperate with you. Okay, so this is the father of origin. Okay, Rainbow Tea, how are you, my dear? After this, we're going to close. Thank you for the 15. Hi from Australia. Me and Mum have an interview next week with the landlord. Do you see us getting justice for the downstairs neighbour that has been giving us trouble? Will anyone come forward? Have you put an AVO on this neighbour or reported them to police as well? You need to get a police record on the neighbour, like a disturbance record on the neighbour as well. Do you see us getting justice for the downstairs neighbour that has given us trouble? Guys, I wanted to just put it out there. What do you think my niche is? Because I seem to deal with a lot of legal questions, and I deal with a lot of single mothers and custody battles and housing situations. What do you think my niche is? I'm just trying to kind of establish what my niche is to target that niche more as a strategy. Or do you think it's love readings, or do you think it's, you know, this in-depth juicy questions or something? I kind of want to come up with some sort of niche, because I feel like the algorithm likes you to have a niche and to just focus on that niche, that one thing. All right, if you have any ideas, please let me know. Because I've been doing this for so long, it's like I just keep shuffling things around, doing things that I like the candle wax and, you know, different things. And, you know, sometimes it throws the algorithm off. So sometimes a niche is where it's going right now. Hi, Amira. Okay, let's have a look. Anything with the landlord, giving justice, getting justice. Anything happening with a neighbour that's going to give you trouble. Empowering women in relationships and life paths through clarity and truth. Oh, that's nice, Sungaya. Something to do with justice, maybe. Justice in there. Thank you for that. I'll take that into consideration. I'd like some more ideas. Okay. The guy downstairs is going to act like something is not going on, or the landlord might act a bit like, oh, I didn't think that would be an issue, or that guy's very quiet, or something like that. So I would definitely have the ammunition and the evidence, whether it's photographic, video, recordings, noise recordings, altercations, notes that have been written, anything like that. You can keep all of that evidence and even show it to the police. Not that they can or might do anything, but if you've got it recorded, it kind of puts a stance on things. You could get a camera also if you feel like you need to get this neighbour to kind of settle and leave back the hell off. You might need to get a camera. Okay, you're a bit upset about it, a bit emotionally tired about it, emotionally bound. Will the landlord be cooperative? I feel like there could be a cooperation here with the landlord. He might give you an option to move to a different property even, or hopefully he won't get that person out. Will he get that person out, ask them to leave? I feel like there's mental illness with this person, so they might not be on meds or something like that. There will be a judgment made. If he says his hands are tied, I don't know if you could take it to the courts or something, or file for damages or compensation or something like that. I mean, you don't really want to move because you're finding that there's really nowhere to go. Is he going to get rid of this landlord, this tenant? Hi, Chris. How are you? We're going to close in a second. If you did want to get a super chat, make sure you get it in really quick, or a comment. Comment to my question. All right. Is the landlord going to get the tenant to move? There's a maybe going on here. If he gets more than one complaint, he might actually. He might. That's giving us a bigger yes. If he's got more than one complaint, there could be another neighbour that can put in a complaint, so you might have to rally up a bit of a list or something. He might take that more seriously, and he might need to put up surveillance cameras. I think if you try to do this all by yourself and take it to the authorities, it might be difficult, you know. It could be difficult. It might be very long-winded, take a long time to kind of eventuate. If there's somebody else that has a complaint as well in the building, I would try to get them on board. And I think that would give you, give him better focus. You have photo and notes evidence when he targets us when alone, when nobody is around and he's accusing us of things we aren't doing. We don't know what to do. We are worried he will follow us. You've got to take it to the police. You feel in danger. You feel in danger. This guy's a menace. No, you've got to put your foot down about this. This is an AVO. I would get a restraining order against this guy. You're in Australia. It's going to work. No, you've got to get an restraining order against this guy. Don't let him intimidate you. He's a bully. He might want to get you out to get somebody else in, or he might even want your property. You've tried, they won't do anything. You've tried. If you've got the evidence, you can't lie. And if you're seriously concerned about your well-being and the attacks, you know, the police will put an AVO against, if they've got enough evidence, they'll put an AVO against him for you. You don't have to do it yourself. So it's not done in the civil, it's done with the police. They told you to go to the courts. Try again. So he's done it again. I want to add this to the file. This is what's happened recently, and document everything that he's done. And put cameras out. Put cameras out. You got to get him on camera. Yep. So for some reason he wants your property, or he wants you out of there because of certain reasons. He doesn't like you living there, whether it's noise factor, whether it's more than one person in the apartment, I don't know. But for some reason he wants you out of there. Yep. Or he has a mental illness and he just can't help himself. I mean, there's a lot of psycho people in Australia. I've never met so many psycho people in Australia. A lot of people are unhinged. A lot of men are mentally unwell. A lot of people have mental issues, psychological issues, and actually, you know, need to go to mental hospital. Yeah. A lot of people are extremely unhinged because they think that nothing can get to them. You know, they can't be bothered and all of that stuff. You know, and a lot of men, these belligerent, weird men, will just try to harass women. They're not going to harass men. If you're a man, they're not going to harass them. The best thing you can do is to get a man around the house to stand up for you. If they see a man coming and going, if he sees a man coming and going, he probably won't do anything. Yeah, but you're already on the back foot, so I would say take it to the next level. File a restraining order. Get the police to file a restraining order against him. A male neighbour actually did offer to help. So there you've got your witness. There you've got your witness. Take him down to the police and file. The police will put a restraining order on this guy. I'm telling you. They will. Take him down to the police station. Okay. Anyone else for a last call? Will me and my ex ever get back together or ever? You have to put a donation of $5 or more in, Chris. Okay. Welcome. Welcome, Rainbow Tea. Welcome. Totally appreciate it. Lovely to have you here. Thanks everyone for joining. I truly appreciate it. If you do want to do a super chat pre-order for the next one, you can do that through my website, amiracelon.com, and I will do that first up on the next live. I wish you well. I will be time-stamping the candle reading, the candle wax reading. Thank you, Michi. Thank you for the moderation, everybody. Thank you, Venusian. Nice to see you. And all the best with your search, with the trifecta. I'm totally sure the trifecta is going to work. It's a process of elimination. And lots of love and blessings moving forward. Oh, the other thing you can do with finding the right place is ask, get a list of parans. That's P-A-R-A-N-S. It's quite a highly advanced astrological medium. I think Raquel got it off astro.com, but she sent me mine. I couldn't do it myself. It's a list of parans for astrocartography, and you can ask ChatGTP where in the world or where are the best cities to live or states in your country or in the world, and it will give you the specific answers. And it's really, really funny because all of mine are in the Mediterranean, and that's the place that I've always had the best of luck, or in Europe, or the Balkans, or Eastern Europe. I even got Russia. I got Moscow, St. Petersburg, you know, Finland is also good for me. Some parts of northern UK, like northern Europe, southern UK came up, as well as southern France, everywhere around the Mediterranean, Spain, Italy, Rome, Greece, all the places that I like, and even Lebanon, which I've lived, and I had amazing luck there. All of these places I had luck with television exposure. I had my own TV shows, etc. All of these places, interviews, and I had good luck in America with my cards, and the cards are still on sale. The link is in the bio. It's a bit tricky to find the actual sale link, but you can find it. And yeah, you can find out your parents. Like with the parents, you can find out the best place